Gurudev, Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev. Namo Vishnupada Paramahans Parivargacharya Stota Sada Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shriwasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Antarvipayapur Dham ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai, Samaved Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Gau Premanande, all Gurishya assembled devotees, all Gurishya assembled devotees, all Gurishya assembled devotees, all Gurishya, Guru and Gauranga. Hare Krishna, thanks for coming. Welcome to Shri Shri Radha Govinda Temple. We just finished the evening Aarti, Gaura Aarti. So now, please join us in glorifying Lord Narsimha Deva. So we will be chanting Narsimha prayer. Please join me. Namaste Narsimhaya. Namaste Narsimhaya. Prahlad Lad Daina Prahlad Lad Daina Hiranyakashi Purvakshahan Hiranyakashi Purvakshahan Shilatankanakhalaya Shilatankanakhalaya Jo Nasiho Parito Nasiho Jo Nasiho Parito Nasiho Yata Yata Amitato Nasiho Yato yato amitato nasiho Bahir nasiho hridaye nasiho Bahir nasiho hridaye nasiho Narsimham Gadim Sharanam Prapadyam Narsimham Gadim Sharanam Prapadyam Tavakar Kamal Vare Nakham Adbhuta Shringham Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrutam Narhari Rupam Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadishu Hare. Jai Jagadishu Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Nrsingadev, 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 Jaya Nrsingadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Narsimha Bhagavan ki jai, Bhakt Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Shri Radha Govinda Dev ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. There is a small announcement, and you should be prepared for the Rath Yatra, which is upcoming event, and it's most important event for the whole year so far as our movement is concerned and temple is concerned. So this is a festival, 4-day festival. I will announce the dates. June 7 is the Kirtan at the park, and June 7 also Times Square experience, and June 8 is the actual day of Rath Yatra. Now exactly 1 week before we are going to a Snan Yatra. That means we will bring Jagannath ji, Baladev ji, Subhadra ji, and we will bathe them with different seasonal juices, milk, yogurt, clarified butter, sugar, honey, and so many other ingredients. So you can join them, bathing ceremony. And then June 8 is the Rath Yatra, and June 9 is again in the temple from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. From different parts of the country, the devotees will come. They will be assembling, hearing, and there will be so many entertainment, kirtan, and preaching. So don't forget that this is the most important event, and you should be there. Now, while you are here, we will be reading some of the portions from Bhagavad Gita. So please chant with me a small mantra which is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We will be chanting this 3 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. For the formalities, Srila Prabhupada has given some mantras that should be also chanted. So, and they are like this. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yenam Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunath Tanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and unto the feet of all Vaishnavas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami, along with his elder brother Sanatana Goswami, as well as Raghunath Das and Raghunath Bhatta, Gopal Bhatta, and Srila Jiva Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, along with Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Srivas, and other associates. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, along with their associate Sri Lalita and Vishakha. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Deenabandhu, Jagatpati, Gopesh Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute. Oh my dear Krishna, you are the friend of distress and the source of creation. You are the master of the gopis and the lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srimati Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold, and who is the queen of Vrindavan. You are the daughter of King Vrishabhanu, and you are very dear to Lord Sri Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha krupa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone. just like desired trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda. I offer my obeisance to Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivas, and all others in the line of devotion. Now everybody can chant this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Can you repeat?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Very nice. Now, we will be reading from Bhagavad Gita so many things. But we would like to focus today on first chapter, verse number 32 to 35. And they go like this. I will also read you the translation. And I also will explain you the importance of these particular verses. Kim no rajyena govinda kim bhoger jivitena vam yesham arte kankhitam no rajyam bhoga sukhani chu taimeva sthita yuddhe pranastyakva dhanani cha acharya pitara putra statheva cha pitamaha matula shvasura pautra shala sambandhin tatha etan hantumicchami Gnatopi madhusudana api trailokya rajyasya heto kim na mahikrute nihatya dhartarashtrana ka pritisa janardana. Translation by His Divine Grace, Lord Sri Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, father-in-law, grandsons, brother-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them, even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? So imagine Arjuna is on the battlefield. And on the battlefield, right across him, standing his enemies. And he's supposed to fight with them. But at this moment, he changed his mind. And he's asking, Krishna, how can I find? Just you tell me. We should find. So, purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Arjuna has addressed Lord Krishna as Govinda because Krishna is the object of pleasures for cows and senses. By using this significant word, Arjuna indicates that Krishna should understand what will satisfy Arjuna's senses. But Govinda is not meant for satisfying our senses. If we try to satisfy the senses of Govinda, however, then automatically our own senses are satisfied. Materially, everyone wants to satisfy his senses. And he wants to God to be the order supplier for such satisfaction. The Lord will satisfy the senses of living entities as much as they desire, but not to the extent that they may covet. But when one takes the opposite way, namely, when one tries to satisfy the senses of Govinda without desiring satisfying one's own senses, then by the grace of Govinda, all desires of the living entities are satisfied. Arjuna's deep affection for community and family members is exhibited here partly due to his natural compassion for them. He is therefore not prepared to fight. Arjuna fears that all his relatives and friends will be killed on the battlefield and will be unable to share his opulence after victory. This is a typical calculation of material life. The transcendent life, however, is different. Since a devotee wants to satisfy the desires of Lord, he can. Lord willingly accept all kinds of opulences for his service of the Lord. And if the Lord is not willing, he should not accept a farthing. Arjuna did not want to kill his relatives, and if there were any need to kill them, he desired that Krishna will kill them personally. At this point, he didn't know that Krishna had already killed them before their coming to the battlefield, that he was only to become an instrument for Krishna. This fact is disclosed in following chapters. As a natural devotee of the Lord, Arjuna did not like to retaliate against his miscreants, cousins and brothers. But it was the Lord's plan that they should all be killed. The devotees of the Lord does not retaliate against the wrongdoers. But the Lord does not tolerate any mischief done to the devotee by the miscreants. The Lord can excuse a person on his own account, but he excuses no one who has done harm to the devotees. Therefore, the Lord was determined to kill the miscreants, although Arjuna wants to excuse them. Now, two things I would like to point out. One, he says, Govinda is not meant for satisfying our senses. Now, if you really look around, then he's supplying, he's satisfying our senses according to our need, but not as per our greed. If you need 5 chapatis, we'll give you 5 chapatis. No problem, Krishna will give you. But if you say, I need 5,000 chapatis for lunch, Krishna is not going to believe that. That's your greed. All you need is 5 chapatis, 10 chapatis, 15 chapatis. But when you say, I need 5,000, 50,000 chapatis, which is not possible to provide for anybody. That's one point. And second point is that they say Krishna had already killed them, and that will be mentioned in coming chapters. So here in the coming chapters, it says, Ami chatvam dhrutarashtraputraha sarve sahevavani palasangehi Bhishmo drona sutaputrastathaso mahasmadiyerapi yudhamukhe. Translation. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allies king and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers also are rushing into your fearful mouths, and some I see trapped with head smashed between your teeth. So, when Krishna is showing the Vishwarupa Darshan, the cosmic manifestation, that time Arjuna was able to see all the enemies which are standing before me, they are already killed by Krishna. Krishna says, you just become the instrumental and just shoot the arrow. I am the one who is going to kill. You just become instrumental. Nimitta matram bhava sabya sachin. You become instrumental. You just pretend that you are trying to kill. Don't worry if they are killed or not. I'll be able to kill them. So, this is a very interesting part of the Bhagavad Gita. And as you know, that the Sanskrit word Bhagavad Gita means song of God, or literally song of the opulent one. We call Bhagavan Krishna, right? Bhagavan. Bhag means six, and one who is possessing those six. What are the six we are talking about? We are talking about six opulency. Shri, Shakti, Kirti, Kanti, Gnan, and Vairagya. What are they? God is, of course, the supreme opulent one because he possesses complete wealth, fame, beauty, knowledge, strength, and renunciation. These are the six opulences. And one who is possessing is called God. We may have as much as God has, but only 5 opulence we may have. The last opulence, renunciation, we don't have. We don't like to give up. At the most, out of $1 million, I will get up and put $1 here and say goodbye. But not more than that. Why? Because that giving up something, renunciation, is not in us. So that's why Bhagavad Gita is teaching us. We must first accept Bhagavad Gita as it is. An actual conversation between the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotee on an actual battlefield, Kurukshetra. It is there in India, just north of modern Delhi. So normally, when you talk about some verse, especially from the scripture, then you should be asking questions and then the speaker must answer those questions. Who, what, when, where, why, which, and how. All these things should be accommodated. So here, where did this happen? So the answer is Kurukshetra, right? So the Bhagavad Gita begins, as you know, most of that it begins with Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samavetayu Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kima Kurvata Sanjaya. So, as the first chapter opens, King Dhritarashtra asks the sage Sanjaya, after assembling in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, what did my sons and sons of Pandu do, being desirous to fight? This was the first verse. This verse declares that there are two contending parties. One is the Pandava, other is the Kaurava. Right? Dhritarashtra said, my sons and Pandu's sons. He is separating. He is the one who is making two parties. It's one family. But this is mine and that's yours. So there are two parties. And now, what is our situation in between? What took place 5,000 years ago is taking place today at this moment. How? Each of us is faced with choosing sides. You can choose a side of Pandava or you can join Kauravas. You can join Arjuna or you can join Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra. Right? You can go for Krishna or you can go against Krishna. The choice is up to you. We think this happened 5,000, why should we bother? But no, we keep taking the sides, you know. So we may either choose to have Krishna, the transcendent Lord, as our personal chariot driver, or choose to fight against him by siding with the materialistic lords of the world. Being the Supreme Lord, Krishna is the loving Father who resides in everyone's heart. Moreover, he also appears externally as a spiritual master. You can see he sits right behind us, Srila Prabhupada, to give us directions. If we accept him as the driver of our lives, the outcome of the battlefield is assured. Why do you say it's assured? Krishna is saying, he is assuring, he has given us the assurance. And he says, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shanti nigacchati kaunteya pratijani name bhakta pranashyati. Name bhakta pranashyati. He says that declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. If you are my devotee, no problem. All the hindrances, all the troubles, all the problems, everything is gone. You know, you will never be perished. So, by our envious attitude, we choose to make him our enemy. And if you choose to make our enemy and try to join Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, then what happens? He reciprocates. But on the other hand, as soon as we become Krishna's devotee and sanctify our bodies by surrendering to him, we receive his transcendental protection. How do you know we receive his transcendental protection? Krishna says, Sarva dharmana parityajyo mamekam sharanam brajo aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami mashucha. If you become my devotee, then just surrender to me and I will give you all the protection that's required. That's his promise. Now, Duryodhana was such a materialistic, trying to evaluate everything according to his mundane vision. So what he says? He has a complex. He looks at the army of Pandavas and there are very few people. And he has a tremendous, millions of people join him to fight Pandavas. So he is telling, he is boasting in the beginning, aparyaptam tasmakam balam bhishma virakshitam paryatam tidamettesham balam bhima virakshitam. He says that our strength is immeasurable and we are perfectly protected by grandbrother Bhishma. He says, whereas the strength of Pandavas, carefully protected by Bhima, is limited. So he's comparing that we are perfect and they are imperfect. So this is a materialistic kind of calculation. He doesn't know. He doesn't need millions of people fighting to the other side, because Krishna, only one person is on his side, Arjuna's side, and that's more than enough. Krishna says, Avajananti ma muda manushim tanu ashritam param bhava ajananto mama bhuta maheshwara athava baunaitena kim gnatena tavarjunam vishabhyaham idam krutznam ekanshena stito jagatam. So, Krishna says that the Lord was driving Arjuna's chariots like an ordinary mortal. Duryodhana could not understand his supreme power. That's what Krishna says, fools deride me when I descend in human form. Because I am in human form, Duryodhana doesn't recognize me. Lord Krishna says, they do not know my transcendental nature and my supreme dominion over all that be. This is a basic mistake we all make. All of Krishna's energies are immeasurable and inconceivable. Krishna says, with a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe, he declares. So, very interesting incident is happening. When the Kurus blew their conch shells, the sound is described as tumulus, indicating it was loud and blaring, terrifying the subject to fear. On the other side, the Lord Sri Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot, drawn by white horses, sounded the transcendental conch shell. Why they call it transcendental? The reason is, anything, if I have this table here, is transcendental. The microphone is transcendental. We are using in preaching Krishna consciousness. We are reading nothing but Bhagavad Gita. So, anything used for Krishna is a paraphernalia, and that will be transcendental because we use it in the service of Krishna. For the paraphernalias of the Lord and His devotees, always a transcendental platform. Whatever they touch becomes transcendental because it's used in Krishna's service. When an iron rod is stuck into fire, it becomes fiery. Similarly, although we are born into this material world, and although the body and its extension appear material, as soon as we come in contact with Krishna, who is not in the least material, but always spiritual and transcendental, our lives become spiritual and transcendental. So this is the secret of this movement. Srila Prabhupada established this movement so that we all can become spiritual. How? Just like a iron rod. I remember when I used to work, I used to come to downtown Manhattan, and one person used to heat an iron rod, become real red, and he had apple cider. And what he will do, he used to sell hot apple cider, just like people take tea, coffee. This guy used to sell apple cider. So big jar of apple cider and this red, burning, hot iron rod, he will just push it into apple cider. It makes some kind of noise and a lot of aroma is coming out of apple, and everything is started, boiling in the jar. He will fill up the cup and he will sell for $1, and people line up to eat that, drink that. So I had it, but this I saw myself that, iron rod becomes a fire. He didn't have to light up a stove or any kind of fire. He just heat up the rod. So, if we become transcendental, then we have to use our body and our extension of our bodies. And whatever we have to offer it to Krishna, then it becomes transcendental. Now, what happens then? The Lord says that He appears in every age to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principle of religion. As you know, in India, few years back, they started showing Mahabharata series. They also started showing Ramayana series, Love Kush series, so many other Bhagavatam and everything. Nowadays, there is no limit for that. But when the series started, exactly 8 o'clock at night, everybody will lock up themselves in the houses. If you want a rickshaw or taxi, you can get it. All the roads and everything, streets, everything is as if there is a shutdown, some kind of a strike. You can't find anybody because they were watching. It became very popular. Right on dot at 8 o'clock, the music will start. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthana dharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. It was just the heading, it's just the title song. But wonderful series, even today people keep watching that. So here, this way Lord says that He appears in every age to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion. Now, at the start of instructions of Krishna, Arjuna was a little bit afraid. He was acting like a conditioned soul. First he asked Krishna, please draw my chariot between two armies so that I may see who is present here, who is desiring to fight, and with whom I must contend in a great battlefield. He wants to see who is there. He knows the whole party, but he wants to see eye and eye meeting face to face and want to see there, is it real that they want to kill me? Is it real that they want to get killed by me? So that's why he's asking that I may see. In truth, we cannot see anything by our own power. He's requesting Krishna to help so that he can see. Take my chariot over there so that I can see. He was far away. Krishna brought him over there. So in truth, we cannot see anything by our own power. Even from the material point of view, our power of vision is never independent. It is said that we cannot see unless the sun sees first. It's a scientific truth. Unless the sun sees first, we cannot see it because you need a light. Without light, what can we see? If the light suddenly go off, we cannot see even our own hand in front of our face. We are forced to admit that our vision is limited. Unless we take help, we cannot see. That is why we need help of Lord Sri Krishna each and every step. So, Krishna is also helping Arjuna at every step. It's not very easy to get Krishna's mercy the way Arjuna got. Because Krishna says, Saevayam matedya yoga prokta puratana bhaktosi me sakhayeti rahasyam hetaduttamam. Krishna says to Arjuna, that very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you, because you are my devotee as well as my friend. Therefore, you can understand the transcendental mystery of this science. One can understand the Supreme Personality of God as He is only by devotional service. Bhaktya tannanya shakya aham eva vidorjanam gnatum drastum cha tattvena pravistum cha parantapa. This is a very wonderful formula here. Gnatum drastum tattvena pravistam. There are three stages. Gnatum means to know. Let's say you have a son and you are looking for a girl. And then what happens that in the society, in the community, you try to inquire and somebody comes and say, you know, Mr. So-and-so has a girl the same age and very beautiful girl, learned, doctor. Oh my God, you can't believe that. So you heard about it. Gnatum. So you know a little bit about it, which is gnana. Drastum. Then you heard about her, but you have never seen her. So you go to some party and then somebody points out, that's the girl I was talking about. And then you lift your head and now see. Gnatum, drastum. Right? And then once you like and choose her as your daughter-in-law, that is tattvena pravistum. Then the families become one. But the whole process started, like Bhagavad Gita says, Gnatum drastum cha tattvena pravistum cha parantapa. So same thing is happening here, that we have to talk about Lord, and that's why we are preaching. Like we go out in the street and preach. Anybody meets us, they are fed up with us because all we are going to talk about Krishna, nothing else. People talk about movies and talk about the Broadway show and some accidents and some election coming up and all. There are so many subjects to talk about. But we talk about Krishna only because that is very important. Gnatum, you try to know about Krishna. And then drastum. When you come to the temple, then only you see Krishna, how beautiful. Did you see today's costumes? Oh my God, I fainted almost. Beautiful garlands, beautiful costumes, decorations, wonderful, perfect. So that is drastum. And then tattvena pravistum. When you surrender to Prabhupada, take initiation, become one of the devotees, start living in the temple, start serving directly to Krishna. There are people who will go on the altar and they will offer the food, they will offer the arti, right? So the thing is that when you do the direct service, that is tattvena pravishtum. So these are the stages. So Krishna himself says one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is only by devotional service. Right? Then it says that we have to see through the eyes of scriptures and bona fide spiritual master, who is called the transparent intermediary between man and God. So Guru is actually acting intermediately and helping us to see Lord Sri Krishna. A few days before only we had some eclipse. You can see the eclipse with your eyes. You have to have some kind of shield. So they were giving away some glasses, special glasses, so that you can wear it and see, look at the sun. Otherwise you go blind. So this is what it is, that Krishna, if you want to really understand or see, you can only see through Guru. Now, due to strong attachment, one loses all self-control, and that is why Arjuna said that Vepastushtu me sharire me romaharshascha jayati gandivam samsate hastat tvakacheva paridahyati. Arjuna says, he confesses that my hair is standing on an end, my bow, Gandiva, is slipping from my hand, and my skin is burning. All this is happening because what? Attachment. Next moment he sees that all these people that I see in front of me, they won't be here anymore once I start shooting the arrows. But then if I win, what is the use of winning? Right? Who we are going to show? Like, come on, I'll show you I won this. See my opulence. See my palace. See my kingdom. You know, who am I going to show? Share with. We have the friends so far, but those friends are standing there. We have relatives so far, but they are standing against us. So he is in a great dilemma and he's so much confused. And that is why we picked this particular verse. And the answer to this is given in our disciplic succession by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. If you go right at, where I point out, underneath that, not the last one, but the first one from this pillar is Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He was father of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami, which is next to Prabhupada on that wall. That's Bhakti Siddhanta, and this Bhakti Vinod Thakur is the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, father. So, he is in our disciplic succession, and he wrote a beautiful bhajan which we would like to sing. Here, Arjuna, I read in the beginning that, oh my God, my maternal uncle is standing before me. My grandfather is there, my father-in-law is there, my brother-in-law is there. When he sees all these things, that time he becomes confused. And the answer to that is that one should not be confused, because those people are your relatives. If they are related to Krishna, then only they are relative. Otherwise, they are not relative. You may have a son, maybe a CEO and earning like $200,000, but if he is not related to Krishna, you should not be attached. Yes, he is my son. That's it. Not more than that. You can become like Arjuna and lose your mind. That's why Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he says, আমার বলিতে প্রভু আর কিছু নাই, তুমি আমার মাত্র পিতা বন্ধু ভাই। बंधु दारा सुत सुता तब दासी दास, सोई तो संबदे सबे हमारा प्रयास। धन जन गृहदार তোমার বলিয়া रक्षा करी आमी मात्र सेवक हইয়া। তোমার কার্যের তারে উপার্জিব ধন, তোমার সংসারে ব্যয় করিব বহন। ভালো মন্দ জানি সেবা মাত্র করি, তোমারা সংসারে আমি বিষয় প্রহারি। তোমার ইচ্ছায় মোর ইন্দ্রিয়া চলনা, श्रवण दर्शन ग्रहण भोजन बसन। निज सुख लागी किछु नाई कोरे आर, भक्ति विनोद बले तब सुख सार। This is in Bengali. So it's possible that if you are not Bengali, you may not be understand. But Srila Prabhupada is so merciful that he has given translation of every word and meaning of whole thing. So the translation is, in the first stanza he says, nothing remains mine, father, friend, brother, you are even these to me. So we just read that particular verse in which so many relatives are actually mentioned. Teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, father-in-law, grandsons, brother-in-law, and other so many relatives. So here he says, nothing remains mine. All these people are there. Yes, they are there. But nothing remains mine. You are even this to me. You are, this same thing was spoken by Gandhari, the wife of Dhritarashtra. Just see how Dhritarashtra was, how he began the Bhagavad Gita, Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra, my son, his son, and all that. But Gandhari was smart. He said this mantra, most of you know. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhu cha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Gandhari says, you are my father, you are my mother, you are my brother, you are my sister. You are everything to me. So same thing he says. Those whom I called friends, wives, sons and daughters are all yours, only as it relates to you. If I continue to maintain my health and wealth, family members, home and wife, it is because they are yours. I am merely your servant. For your service, I will earn money and bear the expenses of your household. I know neither good or bad. I merely serve. I am but a watchman who guards the properties in your household. The exercising of my senses, hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, is done according to your desire. I no longer do anything for my own pleasure. Bhaktivedanta says, your happiness is essence of everything. So when I was singing the bhajan, we could not follow, but this is a great science behind it. Whatever I am, whatever I possess, I offer at your lotus feet, O merciful Lord. I no longer belong to myself. Now I am exclusively yours. The soul inhabiting this mortal body has given up the false ego attached to the word I, and now the eternal spiritual sense of being yours has entered his heart. All my possessions, body, brothers, friends and followers, wife, sons, personal belongings, house and home, all of this I give it to you. For I have become your servant. Now I dwell in your house. You are the Lord of my house, and I, your most obedient servant, your happiness is my only endeavor now. Whatever piety or sins were done by me, by mind or deeds, are no longer mine, for I am redeemed. My desires become one with yours. From this day, Bhakti Vinod has no other identity. Just imagine, such a great person. And in his own home, he lives and he says, this is not my home, this is your home. It's easy to say, but he proved it. And that's how he lived it. So our sampradaya is that way greatest of all, I should say. Dravyam karmam chakalascha svabhavo jiva evacha tad anugrahah santi tadupekshaya. All the ingredients, small or big, whatever you see, all the activities that we do, the time, the modes, the living entities are meant for Krishna and nothing but Krishna. So this is the message. Whatever is in your front of your eyes, it's meant for Krishna. It's not difficult to do that. Like the thieves, when they enter the store or any other somebody's home, watching them, watch, it is mine. He wants to have that. Food, I want to have that. Anything he sees, wants to have, me. But you just change your tendency, and this is for Krishna, for Krishna, for Krishna. In 5 minutes you will become a devotee. 5 minutes. Just make up your mind that everything is meant for Krishna. Ingredients, activities, time, modes, living entities are meant for Krishna and nothing but Krishna. So it is already 8 o'clock, I am supposed to stop, and we will continue. Hare Krishna. Thanks for coming, and if there is any prasadam, please try to inquire and have a Bhagavad Prasad. Thanks for your time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
the number, so
No, not number. I just want to know when